Good morning, Facebook. It's Scott Weddell here, hosting with the daily live stream, and this one's really close to my heart. Really close to my heart. So I'm going to get fired in, and I hope you take something out of this. Like, please take something out of this, because if you're just going to listen and it's going to go in one ear and out the other, then it's not going to serve you. Please take action on what you learn, on what light bulbs go off in your head. And I do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart for being here, but take what you need from this and put it into action, otherwise nothing will change. Okay? And that's what I want to talk about. Like, do you feel stuck in a cage? Like, because I'll tell you a story. Like, back when I was like personal training, coaching people one-to-one, trading my time for money, charging £35 an hour, and just really undervaluing myself and just following the system and staying stuck in my own beliefs, which I'm going to get in a minute. But it wasn't till I actually realised what I was doing. And I can tell you the story when I did realise what I was doing, because all I used to do was get up early in the morning, drive to the gym, train 4 or 5 clients or whatever, then have a little break. But then in that break I was going home, I was cooking my food, because I was committed to my own health and fitness and practice what I preach. So I was cooking my food, and then I was probably like most of the time I was like crashed, and I'd be crashing for like half an hour, and then I'd be getting up and then feeling all run down and burnt out and feeling all tired and like I couldn't be arsed going in, and then going back in for another 4 to 5 clients. Sometimes it was like anywhere between 6 to 10 clients a day, and depending on what day it was. I remember my Tuesdays and Thursdays were just hectic. And the days I was in the gym till like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And then I would, when I was going in and out, like I would just ignore my family. I would just shut off from everyone in the world. It was just Scott in his own little world, and I was just completely closed off from everything. So I was just basically getting up, training people, training myself in the morning actually, training people, cooking food, training people, getting in, sleeping, and then just repeat. And then even when I had time off and I was meant to work on the business, I just procrastinated because I couldn't be arsed, right? And there was just one thing when I walked into the front door at the end of the day, and I ended up losing it at the front door, and I ended up going mental and getting angry and projecting all my anger outwards. And it was in that moment I stopped and I actually asked myself, like, why am I really angry? And when I actually got to the bottom of it, I realised I wasn't angry at the door. I wasn't angry at anyone apart from myself. I was angry at me because I was telling myself I wanted more freedom. I was telling myself I wanted to actually go and experience the world and travel. And I was telling myself that was the vehicle I was going to use, was online coaching, right? And I just completely went against that and kept doing what I was doing. So like, I hope you take something away from that, because you've got to get real with yourself before you can make a change. You can't lie. You've got to be real. If you're not going to be real, you're never ever going to change. Okay, so the first step is honesty. Then what you've got to do, once you have that realization, you've got to look at yourself first and say, like, what's going on internally for me? Because when you figure out what's going on internally for you, you can change it. And that's why I believe in becoming a conscious coach. Because when you become a conscious coach and you make a commitment to becoming conscious, what you're doing is you're starting to see more. Okay? And when you start to see more, you start to understand more about yourself. And when you understand more about yourself, you can make new decisions, you can take new actions, you'll feel better. Okay? So you first got to look at yourself as you as the vehicle and say, how am I getting in my own way? How am I holding myself back? Then you've got to look at, well, if I'm looking, well, in my example, I was looking for more freedom. So I had two choices. And the choices I had specifically was to go down the road of opening up my own studio, which I was this close to investing 25 grand in doing, and then like putting in the work up front. But the thing is, I didn't putting all the work in up front, and then literally outsourcing that later down the line. But then that just didn't resonate with me. I just didn't want the overheads that would come with, right? We didn't want all those overheads, and that was my initial thought, and that's why I chose the online route. And I use that, like, that's what you call the vehicle. That's the vehicle to get you to where you want to be. So you've got to choose your vehicle. So what vehicle do you want to choose? Because right now in this moment, the vehicle that you're using right now, is it serving you? Is it getting you to where you want to be? Or do you have to change? You have to pivot slightly and change that vehicle. Because when you make a decision and you pivot and you change that vehicle, that's when things will change. If you don't pivot, if you don't make a new decision, if you don't make a new choice, then you're just going to keep getting the same results. So you've got to look at yourself, your own internal beliefs, and you've got to look at, what do I need to change? Like, what about the vehicle? What do I need to change? Is it the online route you want to go down? Is it X? Is it Y? Is it Z? You've got to make a decision. Then, last but not least, you've got to look at what you're pointing the finger at. You've got to look at what you're pointing the finger at. Like, what are you saying? That I'm scared of that, or that I don't understand that. Because when you say you don't understand that, that's going to stop you from making a decision to go down the road of actually implementing that new vehicle. Because if you just keep pointing the finger and saying, I don't understand that, like for an example, I didn't know where to start with an online business. I didn't have a clue. All I knew was work, trade time for money, and just have no time for life. That's all I fucking knew. That's what was drummed into me. Work hard. That was it. So because I was pointing at that and saying I don't understand that, it was stopping me from doing it. So you've got to become aware of these things and address it. If you don't address it, you're going to stay stuck. So you've got to look at yourself, you've got to look at the vehicle. What's the vehicle I'm going to use to create more freedom for myself? Okay? And I actually believe the online route is the best one, because you can set up an online program that once you put in the work and you create the structure, right? Because you've got to have structure and coaching when you're doing this. Because if you don't have structure and coaching, your clients will be lost, and you'll not overcome the problems that come on the path for your clients if you've not got the coaching in place, which is intuition. So that's specific stuff, right? So you've got to have structure and coaching. And you can create an online program with that structure. Once you put the work into that structure and you've figured out where your client is and where your client wants to be, and then you've figured out the path to get them there because you're the expert at doing that, you can put that in a structure. When you put that in a structure and you put in the work for 12 weeks, that structure is created. It's just a low maintenance, it's just low maintenance to actually keep on top of that once every 3 months going in and making sure everything's up to date. Right? Then you have a group coaching call once a week for 2 hours, or you create 2 coaching calls, an hour each, your choice. 2 hours coaching a week, coach 1 day a week. You've got so much more freedom to do the things that matter most to you, to get your message out there, to go travelling, to walk your dog in the morning, to see your family more, whatever it is that you truly want. And that's what I truly believe in, that's why I stand for it, and that's why I teach it, because I've been there, done it, out of risk it, and created my own definition of freedom. Okay? But here's the thing I want to leave you with. The only thing that's going to hold you back is that cage you're stuck in. You've got to just choose to open the door and walk out. And the only way to open the door and walk out is to become aware of what's going on inside you. Have an inspiration of the new vehicle you're going to use, and then look at what you're pointing the finger at. And you might be pointing the finger at other people. You might be pointing the finger at, I don't understand that, or I don't understand this, or I don't understand that. Once you become aware of them, you can then do something about it. But until you become aware of it, you're unconscious, and you're just going to stay stuck in your cage. And what's going to happen is your inner critic is going to stop you from creating the freedom you want. You're just going to say, what if I fail? What if I lose all my money? What if others judge me? What if people disapprove? What if I get rejected? Then you'll go around in the circle of, you'll have an inner impulse to do something new and create more freedom, impact money in your life, and then your inner critic will beat you up. Then you'll hit the wall of terror. The fake wall of terror doesn't exist, it's just inside of your head. Then you'll complain, you'll project, and you'll get insecure. Then you'll snap out of it. Then the pattern will repeat itself. You'll stay stuck in that cage. Okay? The only way out is to make a new decision. So what do you want to do? Do you want to stay in that cage, or do you want to make a new decision? Because right now in this moment, I know for a fact that a lack of time is doing your head in right now and feeling burnt out, crashed out, not knowing where to step next, feeling like you're stuck. Lack of time, no time to do the things that matter most, and you feel like, for me, I felt really undervalued because I'm putting so much fucking work in but getting so little out from the amount of hours I was putting in, because I was just trading time for money. So I felt really undervalued. I felt like I could give more. I had loads of things going on inside of me, these inner impulses for more, and it wasn't till I just chose to open the cage and walk out that things changed. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. You've got to beat your internal BS, and that is the hardest part. The hardest part is making a decision. So you could either make that decision 6 months down the line, a year down the line. You could just make it now, get out of that cage, and start taking action towards where you actually want to be in life. Because if you don't, you'll stay stuck. Do you want to stay stuck in your cage or not? Worth pondering today. And I'm going to leave it at that for today. But yeah, I hope you took something away from that. I hope you take action. Take action. Like, if you want help, if you want to move into the online world, give me a shout. I'm here to help. I've got your back, and there's an absolute amazing no-brainer offer on right now. It's still an early bird. I'm just doing a lot of things right now. A lot of project work's going on right now, and I'm buzzing. But this is coming out very soon. But like, you can get in an early bird, and it's going to be an absolute no-brainer for you. You're going to get everything you need: access to my 2 membership sites, access to weekly group calls, access to the community for support, access to all the done for you, like membership site funnels when they come later down the line, email templates, everything, you name it. Everything you need, from internal strategies to help you get over this stuff to external strategies to actually help you implement the online stuff. Okay, everything from internal to external, personal development to strategies for your business, everything under the one roof. If you're interested, shoot me a message right now. Stop holding back. Your world can change in 2 weeks. Just had a new client come on board. It's been in 2.5 weeks. He's already made his first sale. He's already handed in his notice to his gym because he was sick of getting up at 4:30 and getting home at 8 o'clock and feeling absolutely shattered and not having time for his wife, not having time for doing the things that matter, not being able to go and travel when his wife goes to Thailand because his wife goes to Thailand for Muay Thai. Now he's on the path because he made a new decision. So what is your new decision? Stay the same or move forward. You decide. And if you feel pulled, reach out to me, because my heart wants to help you. Because I've been where you are. I understand what it's like. And I've got your back. Have an amazing day, guys. Speak soon.